Hi kids, and welcome to the Fort, where each week we get to read stories together. This week, we get to read about a silly character who faces a big problem. Have you ever been afraid? Have you ever had something that maybe you were only a little bit worried about, but the more you thought about it, the bigger it got and the bigger it got? Well, that is what happens in our fun book this week, The Monster at the End of This Book, starring Lovable, Furry Old Grover. You can tell that our family likes this book. We've read it so many times that the book is starting to fall apart. Well, let's read and find out what happens to Grover. Hello, everybody! The monster at the end of this book. What did that say? Does that say there'll be a monster at the end of this book? Oh, I am so scared of monsters. Listen, I have an idea. If you do not turn any pages, we will never get to the end of this book. And that's good, because there is a monster at the end of this book. So please do not turn the page. Should we turn the page?
Uh-huh.
You turn the page! Maybe you do not understand. You see, turning pages will bring us to the end of this book, and there is a monster at the end of this book. But this will stop you from turning pages. See, I am tying the pages together so you cannot. You turned another page. You do not know what you were doing. Now stop turning pages. Should we turn another page? There, I, Grover, am nailing this page to the next one, so that you will not be able to turn it, and we will not get any closer to the monster at the end of this book. All right. Do you know that every time you turn another page, you not only get us closer to the monster at the end of this book, but you also make a terrible mess? This will stop you from turning pages. A heavy, thick, solid, strong brick wall. I would just like to see you try to turn this page. What do you think? Should we try to turn the page?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know that you are very strong? The next page is the end of this book, and there is a monster at the end of this book. I am so scared. Please do not turn the page. Please. Should we turn the page?
Yeah.
Well, look at that. This is the end of the book. And there's only one here is me. I, Lovable Furry Old Grover, am the monster at the end of this book. And you were so scared. The end. I told you, and I told you, there is nothing to be afraid of. Thanks for reading The Monster at the End of This Book. You know, I think Grover has the same problem that we have sometimes. Now, the Bible tells us that we always can pray to God. In fact, the Bible says, do not be anxious about anything, but instead, we are to bring our prayers to God. And so, next time you're afraid, I like Grover's strategy of facing his fear, because usually by facing it, the problem gets smaller. But Grover missed out because Grover's just pretend, but we can pray to God, and God can help us to not be afraid. Thank you so much for joining us in the Fort today, reading fun stories. Come back again and read with us next time.